I read one review that it just said, "Wow, these bitches be hornier than a pack of rabbits."
Right, an energetic assessment from one reader, succinct.
Succinct. It's poetry. It captures the essence. Which brings us, I suppose, kicking and screaming to tonight's literary specimen.
Indeed, we turn our attention this evening to Lights Out by Navessa Allen. The general consensus seems to describe it as a dark stalker romantic comedy.
Dark stalker. Rom. Pick two. You can't just throw darts at a genre board and call it a book. It's like a horror movie directed by a clown who's also trying to sell you insurance.
An interesting analogy. The premise involves a trauma nurse, Aly, who develops an online fascination with a masked content creator, Faceless Man. Unbeknownst to her, he is Josh, her ex-hookup's roommate, who then begins observing her in real life.
Observing? Darling, he's stalking her. Let's call a spade a bloody shovel. He's breaking into her house. He's leaving snacks. Wait, snacks. Is that in the Stalker Handbook now? Chapter 40. Light breaking and entering, followed by thoughtful provisioning.
Several readers did highlight his acts of service. Snacks, warming her car. It seems to be a point of affection for some, which leads directly into the core division here. This blend of tones.
Oh, the blend. The glorious, chaotic, beautiful disaster blend. Some people were apparently howling, laughing out loud. Said it was a good time, fun. Exactly what I was looking for.
Conversely, others found the mix jarring. One described it as, quote, goofy. Another felt the humor undermined the darker elements. The word, cringe, appeared with some frequency.
Goofy, cringe. It's supposed to be dark romance. You can't have your brooding, potentially murderous stalker suddenly slip on a banana peel. Unless the banana peel is also part of the stalking. An insidious, potassium-rich obstacle course.
I don't believe banana peels were mentioned, but the tonal clash was certainly a major point of contention, as was the plot structure, particularly later on.
Oh God, don't get me started on the plot structure. It was going along, stalkery things, spicy things, cat things. We'll get to the cat, Fred, the real hero, and then BAM.
Bam.
Mafia, just out of nowhere. Like a rogue opera singer crashing a Tupperware party. Reviewers were baffled. Random. Unnecessary. Feels like she didn't want the book to end and just added this. It's like the author got bored of the stalking and decided to spice things up with some light organized crime.
While many found it disjointed, others seemed to accept it as part of the overall unhinged experience. One noted, the drama was fun, the crime element was really good, and then plot twists I did not expect. The enthusiasm is palpable there.
Palpable. That sounds less like a review and more like a hostage situation with excessive exclamation points. But okay, fine. Some people enjoyed the sudden left turn into Mobster Alley. Let's talk about the people in the car before it veered off-road. Josh, the stalker.
Ah, yes. Josh Hammond, a highly divisive figure. Many readers expressed significant affection for him, despite the premise. Terms used include cinnamon roll, golden retriever stalker, sweet, adorably unhinged.
A golden retriever stalker. Does he fetch the restraining order? Does he bury evidence in the backyard? If stalker, why thoughtful? If morally gray, why funny? That's what one reader asked. It's the million-dollar question. He's breaking in, but he brought snacks. He's probably hacking her bank account, but he remembered her favorite LaCroix's flavor. It's weaponized consideration.
His protective nature and relationship with the cat, Fred, were frequently praised. Fred seemed universally beloved.
Fred, MVP. Fred carried the second half, according to one reader. I bet Fred tried to warn them about the mafia plot twist, but they just thought he was coughing up a hairball. Cats know things. They know things.
Right, the cat. Then there's Aly Cappellucci. Also divisive. Some saw her as badass, strong, willing to get her hands dirty.
Badass. Strong. Willing to hire her stalker to find out who's stalking her after she was stalking him. Say that 3 times fast. One reviewer literally dared us. It's like an Ouroboros of questionable decisions.
Others found her less compelling. Descriptions included cringe, mature, lacking depth, and one rather blunt assessment. Aly was stupid. Another felt she had the voice of an impulsive teenager.
So she's simultaneously a badass trauma nurse and an impulsive teenager with 0 functioning brain cells who makes stupid decisions but is also strong and independent. This woman isn't a character. She's a malfunctioning weather vane in a hurricane. She's She's lukewarm Tabasco sauce in a sentient blender. That's it.
A sentient blender filled with lukewarm Tabasco sauce, an energetic description derived from those reader reactions.
Exactly. And you know who else hates blenders? Probably that reviewer who said the book felt like reading Vinny Hacker's comment section. Coincidence? I think not.
The online comparisons were frequent. Mask kink unlocked, one admitted adding, and I'm not even ashamed. There were many such relatable, if slightly concerning admissions.
Relatable. I know this is problematic to say, but if someone is going to stalk and break into my house, let it only be this way. People are out here wishing for considerate stalkers. What have we become? Is this the logical endpoint of true crime podcasts and thirst traps?
The intersection of online culture and darker themes seems central, which brings us to the explicit content. Reviewers consistently noted the high frequency and intensity of the intimate scenes.
They weren't Shay, 5 flames, 4 chili peppers, insane, combusted into ash, panty dripping hot. People were apparently needing cold baths. One poor soul claimed they Googled things that I didn't even know were possible while reading this book. What were they Googling? Taxidermy tips for knife handles.
The knife play scene was frequently mentioned, eliciting strong reactions. Holy moly, the knife scene, one noted. Another stated, that one chapter though, knife.
Yeah, no.
That took me out.
Took them out, like with a tranquilizer dart, or just emotionally. Someone else apparently said he fucked his knife handle instead. Instead of what? The possibilities are terrifying. And apparently hot. For some, I need a diagram, and maybe a stiff drink.
It exemplifies the polarization. What some found intensely appealing, others found, quote, cringe. There were also mentions of violence, murder, gore often related to Aly's hospital work or the later plot developments.
Right, the gore, and the stalking, and the breaking and entering, and the hacking, and the fact Josh's dad was apparently a serial killer involved in, well, let's just say some very dark, remembered things according to reviewer warnings. Reviewers flagged remembered child abuse, cannibalism, off-page rape mentions. It's a lot.
Indeed, reviewers consistently provided trigger warnings for stalking, violence, explicit kink, including knife play and breath play, and those disturbing past traumas. Yet, many still classified the overall tone as dark, late, or found the humor balanced it.
Balanced it. Like putting a funny hat on Hannibal Lecter. Sure, he eats people, but have you seen his Johnny Little fedora? It's a choice. Okay, listeners, quick poll based on what you're hearing. This whole romanticized stalking thing fun fictional escape? Or just plain wrong even in a book? Let us know. My opinion? It depends entirely on the quality of the snacks provided.
A pragmatic.
Got an email here from Concerned Cat Lover 69. Ahem. Dear Heart Book Radio. The host is onto something with Fred the cat. Reviewers called him MVP. Clearly, this stands for Mastermind Villainous Plotter. The Mafia showing up, Fred made a call. The knife scene, Fred's idea, probably sharpening his claws nearby for inspiration. Josh is just a pawn in Fred's fluffy game. 5 stars for Fred, 0 stars for the other host's inability to see feline conspiracies.
Right. Listener email? Thank you, Concerned Cat Lover 69. While Fred was popular, I find no evidence in the reader commentary to support his status as a criminal mastermind, though the audiobook narration, particularly Jacob Morgan as Josh, did receive near universal acclaim. Phenomenal, delicious, carried the book. One listener claimed they'd ask the Grim Reaper to hear his voice one last time from their nursing home bed.
Oh, Grim Reaper, darling, before you take me to the great beyond, just one more chapter narrated by Jacob Morgan. Let me hear him say snacks just one last time. See? People lose their minds? It's the power of a good voice, or maybe just extreme sleep deprivation.
The humor was also consistently praised. Many reported laughing out loud. Specific moments, like Aly whimpering, "Help me," Batman style, were cited.
Batman style. Oh, the dignity? Was she wearing hockey pads? Did she throw a batarang made of gauze? That's not badass. That's performance art. Hilarious, apparently, but still.
It seems the book elicited strong, often contradictory reactions across the board. High praise for humor, spice, and Josh's paradoxical charm. Significant criticism for plot cohesion, Aly's characterization by some, and the jarring tonal shifts.
So, the final verdict? Is it a masterpiece of unhinged genius or a dumpster fire fueled by online trends and questionable life choices?
The reader feedback suggests both extreme polarization, praised atmosphere and humor, debated romance dynamics, a divisive plot, and characters people either adored or wanted to lock in a room with no snacks.
Right then, my official Heart Book Radio rating for Lights Out. I give it 4 out of 5. What the heck was that mafia subplots? Combined with a solid golden retriever with a switchblade, seal of approval. -1 point for making me question my own sanity regarding stalker snacks.
Ultimately, the reviews indicate this book is a specific flavor. A dark, funny, spicy, arguably chaotic flavor.
Look, listeners, people either thought this was the second coming of darkly funny romance or wanted to throw their Kindles across the room. It's a beautiful disaster, a charming train wreck, a stalker rom-com that somehow involves the mob. Honestly, you probably need to read Lights Out yourself to figure out which side of the padded cell you belong on. Link in the description, if you dare.
Join us next time on Heart Book Radio.
Yeah, next time my co-host tries to convince me that a sentient toaster oven finding love with a Roomba is high literature, based solely on reviews written on cocktail napkins. It's gonna be electric. This is Ray.
And this is Bob for Heart Book Radio.